The time that I've fallen out is mostly if my friend become an insurance agent.
Hey Zaki, bro, how you doing, man?
Well, good man. How are you, bro?
I haven't seen you in 2 years. Want to go grab coffee?
Oh, Ken. Now I hoping to get a house, settle down, that kind of thing. Hey, how about you?
Enough about me, I haven't said anything at all. I have a way for you to be able to plan your future
No!
even better right now. Hi everyone, I'm Annette. Welcome to Real Blue Zone. So is diversity the secret ingredient to a longer, happier life? Today we're going to talk about how the people we surround ourselves with affect our health, mindset, and life satisfaction. And joining me in this discussion today is none other than Zaki.
Thanks for having me again and again.
Yes,
Annette.
and again. So, Zaki, do you think people are gonna switch off? You abang handsome for what?
Oh, so this is a serious topic, right?
Yeah, serious.
Cannot a diversity of face. You're talking about diversity, right?
So yeah, speaking of diversity, do you have a diversity of friends, you think?
Now that I'm doing content creation, so a lot of my friends are in the industry, and I feel like every season I have like different kind of friends. But I do have one or two that stuck with me throughout. I feel like now I got this guy. His name is Faris. He's a content creator. It's just an accident where we went to the same school. Then we started a band together. Then I got another guy. His name is I studied overseas, and then he was my best friend because he's Singaporean. And we are different people, but our commonality is still the thing that brings us together.
Yeah, I think there's something about having friends who are diverse. There will always be at least one thing that has that common ground, between the two of you.
Yeah, what's your circle like now?
I do have friends who are all very different, but there will always be something that kind of draws us together. I do have a few friends who'd like to discuss in detail about the areas in which we disagree in. And it's always fun. It's like a very respectful discussion.
Yeah, it's easier to discuss tough topics with friends over a stranger. I do have like, for example, my friend, when I was in overseas, I keep on talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, you know why? Because last time I studied overseas, in Middle East, he was the only Singaporean that was studying there because his father was the Singapore ambassador. He and me is two different lives. Then we managed to meet at the same point. We have disagreements about what makes a bad person, what makes a good person. That kind of thing.
And so I think this is going to be an interesting discussion, and that's why I hit the streets actually recently to find out what people think their circle of friends are like. Do they think very differently from them, or do they think very similarly from them?
Oh, let's see.
So let's see their responses. Would you say your current circle of friends are quite diverse? So we're not only talking about like race, we're talking about different opinions, even like political beliefs, or even like lifestyle choices.
My course is like sailing, right? So it's like go offshore, then like sail for a while. So like the decision on like whether we want to have a family soon and like what age, like we do talk about it often. And also about like political views, like with the elections recently, right? Like even though I can't even vote, like I'm not even legal yet, right? I was still talking to my friends about it like over lunch. And then we do have different views. It's quite interesting lah.
I do accept a wide variety of friends, including different political beliefs. We let people be entitled to their right to be wrong.
I would say diverse in so many ways. I think whether is it political views, whether is it their lifestyle, everyone has different ways of thinking. I think firstly because of where they grew up. Secondly, it's also what their family beliefs and values are, which also imbues to what's the way that they see the world. And also thirdly, I think the environment that we're in also.
No, we're actually quite like similar. We're quite similar in like most things, but if it's like based on religion, then of course it's different.
Okay, so there was that one girl who said that her friends are all like her, which is actually very different from everyone else. But honestly, I don't think that's a wrong answer in a sense, because like we said also, even our friends who are different from us, what brings us together is that there will be always something that's similar between us and that friends.
Correct. And I feel like at this point in my life, I've had a lot of opportunity to make friends outside of my circle because I'm 33 years already. We work, we go to events. There's so many opportunities. I feel when you're young, I think you need to take time a bit to really define your circle.
Yeah, because they always say, right, like birds of a feather flock together.
Correct.
And it makes sense that you would want to end up being closest to the people who are similar to you.
True.
But I find that actually, if you were to open your mind a little bit more, you can still have very interesting, diverse friends who still have common ground with you.
Yeah.
That's what I find. And I think it's actually more fun than to have all my friends all exactly the same as me.
True. I mean, as a creative, I get inspired by people who are different than me.
Yes.
Right.
It's true.
Yeah.
And because, we're kind of a bit weird, so
correct.
it's also hard to find people who are exactly the same as us also,
Yeah.
right?
Do you get inspiration, like the characters that you
I do
make?
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what they always say, right? Fact sometimes is stranger than fiction. Like you can meet the weirdest people who say the weirdest things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's real life and it's crazier than whatever you see.
Yeah. You know what? Make friends and then you'll be a great writer.
Yes.
Make diverse friends.
I believe that 100%. Okay, let's go. Do you recall any particular incident where, you had a friend who challenged the belief you had or even made you change your mind on something?
I was the one who didn't want to get married. I thought it would be easier to just support myself. But then my friends pointed out how I don't have siblings. So if I have to turn to someone in the future for emotional or financial help, then it might be, because my parents might be too old at that point. So it might be good to have someone to turn to. It didn't change my mind, but it definitely made me think about it a bit more.
Maybe let's say, for example, relationships, right? I mean, for me, I used to think that, relationships have taken a very long time for me to build, or maybe I must be fully prepared myself first in order for me to go in a relationship. But some of my friends shared with me that actually you don't need to know everything before you get into a relationship. Maybe it's about going in first and recognizing what are your strengths, what are your flaws, and then learning from it also.
My friends, they all got relationships and stuff, right? So when they want to go sail, they're they will stop sailing at 30, then come back, have family. But for me, my own thought was I don't want to do that. I will just sail for the rest of my life. Then my friend was telling me about making a family, having children, and she was talking about her whole dream life. Then it kind of opened my eyes okay, maybe I kind of want that too.
Ooh.
All right. Okay, it's quite interesting. A lot of the answers is in the realm of relationships.
I'm a person who, I aspire to have my personal goals achieved, for example, career-wise and all that. But then as I grow older, I realize not everybody's like that. Some people want to have kids. For them, having kids is their achievement, raising them up, being a father. So I was like, you know what, maybe it opened my eyes, and also it helps me to empathize a bit more.
Over time also, I used to be like you. So just want to pursue my ambitions. But I started to think hey, actually there are so many different forms of success and the definition is completely different for everybody. I started to have a bit more of a nuanced take on what that means to me.
Did anybody surprise you when you were on the street?
No, just that one girl who said that everyone was similar to her. Yeah, and everyone, it was nice, because I feel like maybe everyone else just giving me PC answers.
Oh yeah lah, and she's honest about it.
Yeah, it's
because
all-
now it's more trending to say diversity, ma.
Yeah.
Right? So it's easier to actually say diverse.
Yeah, but again, she's so young, so maybe when she grows older, she will.
How old was she?
I
How
don't
old
know.
does she
A lot
look?
of these were Gen Zs. They just.
Gen Z.
Actually, do you think when you were younger, you had less diverse friends, and when you grow older, your friends became more diverse? I feel it's possible.
Yeah, I do. Because last time when I was younger, it's all about proximity. Because when I was in primary school, my primary school was beside my house.
Same.
Then I was like, that is all I have. The friends all that I have. I don't have friends from Tampines. I don't have friends from outside of that circle. Then I went to secondary school. Okay, at least I need to take LRT, MRT, and then drop and then walk a bit. So I made one more circle of friends there. And then I went to poly. That's where everything was and then I went to overseas uni.
Yeah, especially when you meet people overseas, right? That's when you're
Correct.
ooh, completely different culture.
And also I went to SGAG. That's what was my first. I don't know anybody from social media before that. So you all were my first few social media friends people. That's how I started social media Sometimes your friends also shape you, your circle.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so right now we're going to move on to some topic discussion questions.
Ooh, okay.
What kind of friends do you surround yourself with and how are your dynamics like with them? Yeah, how would you describe your friends actually?
Ooh, I have a few circles. I have more the content creator ones. I always keep on saying his name. Because he's the only one that from my uni that he stays here. All of them are in Qatar, in Pakistan lah. Sebab we rarely keep in touch. Yeah, and then I would say my family. Those are my circle. Yeah, what's your circle now?
I have my sort of childhood friends where it's from school. Okay, I wouldn't say childhood. And the really interesting thing is that half of my best friends from, school days, half of them are like overseas. They kind of moved overseas, like 2 of them in Australia, one of them's in the US right now. I have a few friends also from church, from work as well. Yeah, so it's also a whole big different circle, different circles here and there. But a lot of them, yeah, they're very different from me. Even when it comes to like race and religion, a number of my best friends, a lot of them don't even believe in the same religious beliefs as me as well.
Yep.
And I like that, it's like I'm not trying to push my beliefs on them. They're not trying to push their beliefs on me. And we can have healthy discussions sometimes about religion, and I think it's fine. Even when it comes to having friends who are in the social media space and not in the social media space, I also love having that contrast. I have friends who completely have no social media at all, and they're like my closest friends.
Yeah.
Like they just have it maybe just to stalk people or just
they have the private ones.
yeah,
like
just they don't even like
post
comment
anything,
on anything that I do. And then there are friends who are just very in the social media space, and they're always posting and so I like having that contrast, because I can see both sides of things and I don't feel like I'm stuck into a certain bubble. Is there a point where someone's too different to be your friend? What are your hard no's or icks? My hard no's is if the person's a complete jerk.
True.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
sense.
absolutely obnoxious,
Yeah, how about
that's a hard no.
If that friend help you, last time helped you a lot, then turn out to be a jerk in the future.
I've had really close friends that I like fell out with because they eventually proved to be a bit of a jerk, but it's not 180. It's like there were some red flags here and there. Then you just close one eye,
Yeah.
Then finally it shows, and then it's sad because you actually do get along, but they just treasure maybe their ambition or whatever it is over you.
Yep.
And it comes to a point where it's like, okay, you decided not to choose the friendship, then but it's not really me saying okay, hard no, and then it's a sad like breaking up of a friendship for me sometimes when that happens, if the person changes. But if we're talking about hard nose deal breaker before you even start a friendship, is if I can obviously see you're an asshole.
Same. I totally agree. I feel like the time that I've fallen out is mostly if my friend become an insurance agent.
Wait, what?
When my friend become insurance agent and then they approach.
Hi, do you want to have coffee?
Sure. Okay,
That
we do a
kind?
role play.
Hey Zaki, bro, how you doing, man?
Well, good man. How are you, bro?
I haven't seen you in 2 years. Want to go grab coffee?
Oh, Ken. Pop.
Then we'll sit down.
Sit down.
So Zaki, how's your life going? Have you been planning for your future?
I don't know lah. This content creation, I'm still getting used to it. But so far, okay. I think so far I'm lucky enough. Can make a living out of it. Then now I'm hoping to get a house, settle down, that kind of thing. Hey, how about you?
Enough about me. I haven't said anything at all. Enough about me. I have a way for you to be able to plan your future
No!
even better right now. So, and I take out the iPad.
That's my reaction.
Oh, and then that's
ciao.
your deal breaker, and just like
Yeah, that's when. Now I say no, right?
Actually, it's
That's
true,
when.
because this proves that this person, you see, again, it's a bit about this person proves to be a jerk because they were dishonest with you.
Correct.
They could have just straight up before
Just say you're an insurance
hey, I'm
agent.
insurance agent. Hey, you want anything or not? You don't want. Then if you want, then I will meet you, and then we just.
I feel like people who take advantage or mask something with a friendship, that one.
Yes. Okay. So I would say, right, my deal breakers are really nothing to do with whether they're different or not. Number one, if you're a jerk. Number two, if you're a dishonest or inauthentic person. That one I cannot.
Sorry. That one. The not authentic. That's the important
because
one.
I don't know whether it's just living a lot of life. Like we're all in our 30s, you know what I mean?
Right.
And you reach a point in life where you can sniff out when someone's being
It's
fake.
giving like school vibes. I feel like
but
we
in
grew out
school,
of that already.
Yeah, and I think in school, right, fake people can still get away with it a bit more because everyone's still kind of immature and like, they're still a bit naive and all that.
Correct.
But right now, you can't fool me already. If you're an inauthentic
Correct.
person, I can sniff it out of your face. you know?
Yeah, and I feel like there's time and place to be inauthentic, like a workplace. Sometimes you need to put a front.
Yeah, but that's not really being inauthentic. That one is like you're clearly putting on a professional front.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but if you are just, I can tell you are hiding something from me. Like usually I got that
Do you have a
sense.
test? Do you have a test for this or not? Or you just vibe like that?
No, I have quite a strong radar for people who have bad vibes actually. But I must say, right, I'm trying to hone my bad vibes radar for girls because I think girls are better at masking, you know, they've got a lot of layers.
Oh.
But my bad vibes radar for guys quite strong.
Oh,
Quite accurate
what's
usually.
your vibe with me?
You're chill, you're good. You pass the vibe check. You pass the vibe check.
I'm so bad at it.
Oh no.
I'm really bad at it.
Yeah, no, guys
That's
are usually not
why
as good.
I
Sorry.
stay at home a lot because I don't trust myself when I go out.
Next time you ask me.
Okay,
I don't know. Yeah, I feel it might be not a women's intuition thing. Like I
Yeah.
can kind of
You can create an app, maybe. Then don't need you to
Vibe
be
check.
there, vibe check, then like that.
app. I will have to manually help people.
Oh, you have to
know.
call in.
Yeah.
Hey,
Video
this one
call.
good or not?
Yeah. Like Doctor Anywhere, but
Yeah,
vibe check version.
How do you navigate having friends who beliefs clash with yours?
I have no issue with it. I mean, I don't have close friends who are like vehemently against my religion and try to beat me up over it. I mean, if that's the case, then
that's
I
an
think we
abusive
won't be friends.
relationship already
Yeah,
lah.
I'm like, what? Do you want to be my friend or do you want to just argue with me? Do you have like religious debates with your friends or like political debates with friends who are different from you?
God,
Is the main character of this podcast. Okay, yeah. Tell me your let's go.
right. He likes to gossip.
Okay.
For him, gossip is the way to world peace. If you're a bad person, let the talk go around town to protect everybody else.
Yeah.
To not meet a person. For
But what
example,
if it's a false rumor
no, he's a journalist major. For him, he will do his checks lah.
and research, okay, to
The
make
research,
sure
and he
that
makes sure that the person that he got the information from is
a reliable source.
credible. Yeah.
Okay.
So his belief is that. My belief is I don't like gossip. Last time, then I was like every time he gossip, right? Then I really like. Then I think we talked about it. I was like, hey, I think that's why I don't need gossip. Blah blah blah. But then he told me lah. His reason was that gossip is like is the check and balances that society needs. So he's very morally uphold
Okay.
the pillar of gossip, you know. For me, I'm a bit shy. I'm like, hey, no, business. So the more we grew up together,
He's changed your mind a bit about that.
correct.
Wow. No, but I think you see, because he kind of found that place where it's not just gossip, it's he
a moral
makes
value.
sure he makes sure that it's fact checked such that it's facts,
Yeah.
not just potentially false rumor. Yeah, because the dangerous thing about gossip is that sometimes it could be false or you
Correct.
know. At the end of the day, also it's like what is the goal of it, right?
Yeah.
So if the goal of it is to spread awareness about somebody who is maybe of bad character,
Yeah.
to prevent other people from maybe being swindled by this person or being this person's victim, then yes, there is a value to it.
Yeah.
But if you're just saying something for the sake of like it doesn't
True.
benefit society, then maybe it's not that.
You know what?
useful.
Maybe the thing that kept us as friends is because I think I trust his character lah. Because I feel like he will only spread gossip if he believes that the person that he gossips about, right, is worth gossiping about.
Okay. And he has done his research. and
He's
fact check.
done his research. Yeah, he's a journalist person.
Okay.
so, yeah.
I feel in Singapore actually, I don't think we have the kind of division when it comes to like difference in beliefs politically as compared to like United States.
Yeah, oh, yep.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like I'll cut off my friend if they support the opposite side, and like I vote red, they vote blue, that kind of thing. I think that's actually very, very toxic. It's like it's important to have friends who believe in different things from you,
Yeah.
and sit down and have a healthy conversation about what is it that you guys are differing about, rather than I don't want to hear it.
How do you navigate the discussions?
Okay, so
When it comes-
I don't really have a lot of lengthy political debates with my friends,
Yep.
but because I think I'm just not very passionate about it. I'm not like very like politically interested, but I am quite, I would say, like my faith is a big part of me. And then I have this good friend, right, where he's a free thinker,
Yeah.
but sometimes he likes to talk to me about this kind of thing because he's also a writer.
Oh, all these writers.
Writers, no, I tell you what I start to realize,
No.
right? He will start a topic, Then I'm like, okay, I need to explain to you, and then I explain, but I will never be like pushing my religion on, and I never ever bring up the topic unless he brings it up
Yeah.
first. You know that both of you
Yeah.
are not trying to.
But also you will understand.
Win.
You
Yeah.
also understand more why he thinks that way. He also understand why you
exactly.
think that way.
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. Have you ever picked up a habit, good or bad, just from being around certain friends? No, my friends are all quite quiet. Yeah. But okay, in recent years,
Yeah.
I would say, right, a good habit that I've picked up from being around certain friends is becoming more fit. Like, as in wanting to exercise more. Because I somehow hang out around a lot of friends who exercise very often.
Right.
Yeah, and a lot of them are I exercise every day. I give myself no excuses. And I'm like, wow, actually, I'm very inspired. And
Right.
I'm trying to work towards that.
You got the you got the NS character also, right?
Yeah.
The master.
This muscular
Yeah,
guy.
are those inspired
Called
by
Ethan.
those friends?
Yes, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, it kind of kind of got started when I first started to do like gym workouts and stuff.
Right.
So I realized it is a good habit to take up.
Actually, my content creation circle made me do more skincare. I never do skincare before. And then I did one. Last time, Darshan and me used to do one video. And then he was like, hey, Zaki, your face like got a lot of patch. Then he sent me this retinol sample. It's like, Zaki, use this. Then I use. Then since then, I never stopped retinol.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's my story lah. The good habit.
Would you say your current friends influence how healthy your lifestyle is? I just
talk
answered
about
that.
it.
It's true, they do. Yeah. It's very inspiring, actually.
Correct. And I feel like at this age, a lot of my friends are already in that health. Because now cannot not do anything about the health.
Yeah, I think really, okay, for me also was partially because after I gave birth and everything, it's just my body is just destroyed, right? So I had my own push to kind of get back my fitness
Right.
because if not, I really will feel like terrible. But it's easy to slack off every now and then. But then when you have friends who are just motivated,
Yep.
you feel inspired by that.
Do you remember Casey?
Casey, oh yeah.
Yeah.
He would organize workout sessions
Yeah.
during lunch.
That is
Wow.
good peer pressure.
That was good peer pressure.
Yeah.
Wow.
But at that time, I
those were
wasn't
the
really
days.
active. Then now I see the point. I feel like being healthy has to be part of the lifestyle. And having friends that motivate you to do it is actually quite good. Yeah.
He really started a movement,
Have you ever felt like the different one in your friend group? What was that like? Ooh.
I think as creatives, sometimes you will feel like the different one.
Yeah.
Except for like when my art friends, I never felt like we were all wacky. So then that was kind of interesting because everybody was weird in their own way. But I would say, let's say in secondary school sometimes, or even in JC or so, you do
Right.
feel sometimes a bit like you're the different one because you're the only creative person.
Yep.
And then so you think things a bit differently, but meanwhile they're there like doing physics,
Correct. Actually, I thought I would do that route, the physics route, the bio route, and then I found this whole content creation very late in life.
Wait, so you majored in something very sciencey and
Last time I did
you did
business.
comms, right? Oh, you did business.
Then
Okay.
degree comms. I've been hanging out with the people not of my kind because I thought I was that kind. And then I figured out when I did a business course, and then I enjoyed doing the marketing video. Then I was like, hey, I want to do this. So it took me somewhere that I didn't feel like at home to bring me home. Wow! That was good, leh.
Yeah, I think there were some questions actually that day that we might not have featured the answers of. Some people talked about having friends of different social statuses. Yeah, so when they go out, right, then let's say they know somebody can't really afford to eat something very expensive, they will go to a place that's cheaper, that kind of thing, or the other way around. Do you have friends where you're like the richest person or the poorest person in your group?
I'm laughing.
Why?
Guess who? Guess who I'm going to name drop? The good thing about him, every time he want to go out, right, then he say, hey, how much you all can afford?
Oh, wow.
He don't force us to go to Nobu. One time only he go to Nobu.
I think he can't force you all to go there also because
Yeah, if not, he have to belanja.
he have to pay,
Correct. But he actually he can pay, but he also don't want to make us feel left out lah.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, I think for me,
Yeah.
right, I somehow had this group of friends that it was so random. I had this friend group where I'm like the poorest person in the group.
Yep.
Then sometimes, we'll go to Fish and Co. Then I can't really order like the most expensive things. Sometimes I just order like a side dish or something
Yeah.
like that, right? Sometimes one of them, like, he would just belanja. Yeah. And then there was this period in my life, right, where I think it was around university or post-university, all of them had a car. It's a family car where they drive a lot, or their own car. It was everybody had a car.
Yeah.
And then I was the only person who didn't, right? And I stayed like very out of the way. Like they all stayed in, better places. And I was at Sengkang. But when you go out, everybody had a car, right? At least one person will always drop me back. Isn't that kind of sweet?
Wait, this is very sweet
Yeah. They never made me feel like I was the different one.
Same. I feel like really, he was the different one among us friends. But he managed to, assimilate with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever outgrown a friend because your values or lifestyles just became too different? I wouldn't say outgrown a friend, but it's possible you just kind of drift apart naturally.
I do have, sometimes have tough conversations of, we discuss, we cannot be friends. That one I do lah.
But how do you even come to the conversation like that?
I feel like it's when the friendship feels a bit one-sided, and there's like a pressure of keeping that friendship. When actually, you know what, it's okay if you don't have the pressure. Yeah, that kind of thing. Then I was like, instead of just ghosting, I was like, okay, let's address it, see whether we can work out, and then if not, ciao.
Wow, usually you're the one who brings up this conversation, or they bring up?
Normally because I don't really talk about it. I don't really, with friends, sometimes it's just for the vibes. You don't want to talk about tough topics, right? Then sometimes I might hide, and then sometimes people like me, a bit like people pleaser, might show symptoms of ghosting lah and all. And I know that was my weakness, but I was like, you know what, 30 already lah. You got to really
just be direct about it. Yeah. Yeah, I think, back to earlier, I did mention I had this friend that we were very close, right? And then after that, we sort of fell out because of work. Like there was something that we wanted to work on together, and then after that later he decided he wanted to do it by himself. It kind of felt like he was choosing ambition over friendship. And after that, I just said, you know what, let's just, you just do your own thing. Because I felt that if we continue to almost argue or talk about this, it will affect the friendship. And I was very, relatively non-confrontational at the point in time. And so we kind of just slowly drifted apart. But then, in recent years, we met, not intentionally meet up, but we bumped each other at events and stuff like that. And it's been cordial, it's been fine. Yeah.
Oh, you had that conversation with him?
I actually did. Yeah, at one point, actually, at one event,
right.
It's just, he was just like, oh, why did we stop being friends? And I had to explain what happened. And it's like, oh, is it? So I think he kind of forgot that.
Oh,
yeah.
In your head it's big, and he said
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
But I guess, yeah lah. So naturally it does happen, outgrowing a friend because you become pretty different.
Yeah.
But it's normal. I guess it's a two-way thing. Yeah.
They might outgrow you also.
They'll probably outgrow you also. All right, and we've come to the end of our questions. It was so much fun chatting with you today, Zaki, and hope you guys let us know how different you are from your friends or how similar you are from them. And I think at the end of the day, differences in thought isn't so much about different cultures coexisting, right? It's all about leveraging these differences to create a stronger and more resilient community. Thanks for joining me today, Zaki.
Thank you.
Yeah, celebrate your friendships who are different from you and celebrate the in your life.
Yes.
And I'll see you guys real soon in another episode of Real Blue Zone. Bye.
Bye.